Hey, Loco sports fans. Happy Tuesday. That feels like a Monday because Monday was the snow day. So I was off kilter all day. But then I realized it was Tuesday and we had basketball and we're back to full swing just like that. We went from 0 to 100 with a big night of high school basketball. We've got a few scores scrolling for you, and we'll update others as we get them through the night here, or through the next hour or so. Justin Jarrett and Wes Kerr with you on the Loco Sports Lowdown, presented by Mickelson Law Firm and WHHI TV, our all-star sponsors. And speaking of WHHI, they were in the nest tonight. See your Seahawks against May River. And that was a split. May River girls, Hilton Head boys with the win tonight.
Ooh.
So we'll get into that. We'll talk a little about all the results.
Yeah, that puts them in, I believe, sole possession second, or at least a time. I mean, I have to check the things, but I think that put them in a good spot to hold down.
It's messy after Bluffton.
Yeah,
it's all mucky.
But I think
after that.
Have the edge now on that. But nice way. I heard Tajay had a great game from what I've heard. So hearing more from our correspondents. Marcus, our correspondent, but also
Finn Cloud was
Finn Cloud, Finn, who does a good job reporting the games for us. So appreciate. Let's see if we have. Still looking for a final update there, but last we saw 20. Oh, you said they won, right?
Yeah, Hilton Head won 62-44.
Okay. All right, you got the final. All right, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, but Tajay making some tough buckets from what I heard earlier. So I'm sure he had a big night for the Seahawks.
Sounded like it, and we'll hear more about that. I don't know if Marcus will make it on tonight or not, but I'm sure he'll tell us about it the next time he's on. Yeah. We will have Jeremy Orr going to join us here in a bit to talk Sand Sharks. And speaking of which, two big things happening with the Sand Sharks. First of all, tomorrow night, wear your black to the Cove. It's going to be a dark tide rising. And then the other one is that the baseball team won today, and you were on the call for that.
Yes.
So lots of USCB news. And speak of the devil, we got a couple people. We got Mark in the dark, and we got Jeremy Orr joining us. What's up, fellas?
Tell you what, it was a fun night in the nest for senior night between Bluffton and Hilton Head. Between May River and Hilton Head. How quickly I forget. Just kidding. May River and Hilton Head. Fun night, and a lot of great competitive hoops for sure.
Yeah, so the May River girls pulling out a 6-point win, and then the Hilton Head guys with an 18-point win. So tell us a little bit more about what went down in the nest.
Yeah, I mean, we talked to the two players that really were the stars. Elizabeth Duncan was absolutely tremendous. She did not dunk, but she was tremendous with, her presence, her floor presence, phenomenal, making a bunch of shots. Hilton Head really played hard, and they do play hard. There were just some shots didn't go their way. Olivia Brockway, tremendous. She can literally do it all. They really did a great job, the May River ladies, of containing Ellis Freeman. Addie actually had the better of the night of the two. And it was really competitive back and forth. May River just a little bit too much, and they play as a unit. But I talked to Elizabeth after the game, and I mentioned certainly about what she learned from her former teammate Dalton, and she said that she learned everything, from her about how to be a point guard, how to be a floor general, how to be a leader. And I tell you, she is reminding me a lot of her, overseeing her this year. And the May River girls are getting better for sure, as at the right time. They did not look like the team they look like now when I saw them just a couple of weeks ago at Buford. As far as the guys' game goes, and I've seen a bunch of Hilton Head this year. I've seen a little bit of May River. May River has a lot of injuries, which is tough. The one thing that is good, especially too with the way the night ended for them, Andrew Johnson got on the floor. A bunch of other guys got on the floor in the last couple of minutes. Guys that have been banged up got on the floor and made a contribution, which was incredible to see. But this Hilton Head team, I tell you what, we talk about Bluffton. so much as being, the class of 6'4" in terms of the guys. Hilton Head's got speed. Hilton Head's got length. Tajay Wright, Derek Renajetsky, and others are just outstanding. Ketis threw down a couple of dunks late. He battled some possible injuries early, but fights like heck. And I tell you what, I haven't said this enough, especially on this forum. I mentioned it to Nick DeSimone and a bunch of others tonight. Miguel Lara is the tiniest player on the floor just about every night, but that dude plays like the biggest. That kid's got a motor and a heart. He is an underdog. Thank you, honey. He plays like an absolute beast, and he's phenomenal. And this was a tight game for much of the night, but into the fourth quarter, Hilton Head turned it to second gear, third gear, and fourth gear in the span of a couple of minutes, and then ended up pulling away with a 16-point win. We certainly talked to Tajay because he was just absolutely tremendous. Kevin Chisholm added some points as well. Just all around, these teams play with heart. They play with unity. They play with pride. We saw it tonight on senior night with the guys, especially getting their big win.
I think the thing with Hilton Head is just how quickly they bounced back after that heartbreaking loss against Bluffton. Yeah. I mean, it's losing on a buzzer. I mean, even though it played well, it's a tough pill to swallow, losing on a buzzer beater to your rival. And then they come right back and not only just beat May River, they dispose of them. They win by 18. So, I mean, that is just maturity at its finest in just terms of moving on to that next opportunity, that next game, making the most of it. And now you're in a good spot of locking up, or at least trying to get second place in that region, which still gives you a 4, 5, or 6 seed, and still puts you in a good spot. I mean, potentially you could get the 2 home games, and that's something that is very helpful. So, and this is kind of team that is tough to face in the playoffs. I mean, they weren't too far away from beating that Bluffton team. Yeah. So they have the star scores, but they also have a kind of the grit to them, and they seems like they're never out of the game, or at least a good many times they just find a way to hang around. And like even when they were flustered in that Bluffton game, they found a way to get close and tie it late at the end before Skinner won it.
They remind me a lot of Bluffton.
Play. And just, I mean, I think everyone was, May River and what the Sharks were doing in the season. You just kind of felt like, was this going to sustain itself? Is this team going to have the opportunity to continue to play? Will they be able to play the way that we saw early on against potential difficult, more difficult opponents? And it kind of felt like it may not happen, and now we're seeing it not happen. At least, I mean, in terms of some of those big time games. Now, I'm not like saying May River is certainly they're out of the picture right now in terms of competitiveness. I think they still are, but I think Hilton just kind of proved that they're mature. They're a mature team. They know how to bounce back after a tough loss, and they're tough to play at home. And they have a couple of tremendous weapons and players that can really stymie you and shut you down. As we've said, when May River doesn't hit that 3 ball well, and when they're not on their best night shooting the ball, it's tough for them to sustain that offense, and it just feels like they haven't been as good as they possibly could have been these games in region play. And I kind of felt that I saw it coming in a bit of a way.
To me, Hilton Head and Bluffton are on a different level in this region right now.
Yeah, I mean that's I mean obviously Bluffton is running through it. So I mean they're undefeated and everybody else has at least 3 losses. So they're on a different level. But I think Hilton Head has kind of solidified itself as that number 2. Bishop England beat Beaufort tonight 83-66. So that pulls them even with May River for 3rd and 4th. So getting down to it, getting close to playoff time. That starts to matter. Beaufort girls clinched the region title with the 61-50 win over Bishop England. So they're region champs, and Bluffton boys would clinch the region title, I believe, with the win tonight, right? That sound right?
Sounds right to
we're
me.
waiting on a final from Bluffton, from the Den, where Colleton County was playing Bluffton tonight. So, but finals, we do have Bluffton girls 54-42 over Colleton in overtime. Beaufort 61, Bishop England 50. Eagles clinched the region crown. May River 39, Hilton Head 33, as Marcus just told us. Bridges Prep 46-18 over Edisto. JP2 girls 65-31 over Trinity Collegiate. Colleton Prep 37-30 over Hilton Head Prep. This game was 24-0 Colleton Prep out of the gate, and ended up 37-30. So a valiant effort from HHP to come back, but couldn't pull it off. And then guys scores so far: Bishop England 83, Beaufort 66, Hilton Head 62, May River 44, and that's all we got right now. Waiting on more. So, but Jo jumping in.
I have to give
did Hampton play tonight? Jo? Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
I have no idea.
Say that, Marcus.
If I can't, sorry, I interrupted, but I have to give the Funky Bunch major props because she was feeding you scores from our games as I was calling it and whatnot. She did a crackerjack job. Way to go,
that's
Funky
who
Bunch.
that was. I didn't know whose number that was, so I appreciate knowing
that was the Funky Bunch. I put her on. I put her on work to get you the score updates at the end of quarters.
I thought he could tell because of how I was typing it out. Like, Marcus was
well,
like this.
it makes perfect sense now. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
The way you said fourth quarter, and then Marcus would follow up with final.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like the fourth. They know it means the final.
No, that means that we're in the fourth quarter. So Marcus was
Correct, and that's what I told you.
But I put the fourth quarter because I'm the end of the quarter, and that's what the score was.
Yeah.
And fourth quarter could mean it's in the middle of the fourth. That's what I was telling you. Yeah, she's all over us.
Final. 4 means fourth quarter. That means the game has not ended yet. Final.
And then I kept saying fourth period. And I'm like, damn.
Well, that works.
Yeah, that works too.
Because the score was just period on it.
You can use period in place of quarter, but you can't use quarter in place of period. Like you don't. You can't say quarter if there's only 3 of them. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Like it's not hockey; it's basketball. It's different.
Wrestling also has periods.
Well,
baseball and softball have innings.
The thing is, you can say periods. Like people will say periods in basketball before. It's confusing.
Yeah.
It's quarter, but I don't know why. I don't know. It's
yeah, they will. Yep.
But no, it's period is technically right in both, in my opinion. But quarter is the technical term to use. But it's it's technically correct. But quarter is the way that's normally. It's like volleyball. You have people sometimes say games and sets are the same thing.
Yeah. So they've started. They used to call them games, and now they call them sets. Like for the longest time, they called them games in volleyball, and then they started calling them sets.
Of 3.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know when they started to use sets.
Yeah.
Best of 3.
Yeah, the best 3 out of 5 in terms of volleyball. They're I guess most people call them sets, but occasionally I hear them they're called games by officials.
Well, like I said, back in the day, I always heard games, and now I hear sets. So I think sets came in at some point. I don't know.
All right.
Because it used to be games and matches, and now it's sets and matches. Probably just to clarify it, I guess. But anyway, that's a lot about that. Language of sport. But shout out to Marcus and WHHI TV, our all-star sponsor, for the great coverage. You'll be able to catch those games on WHHI's air this weekend and the weekend sports block, and then every night after that at midnight. So you want to do your spiel, Marcus?
Yeah, you can catch us on Spectrum, Sparklight, formerly Hardcray, on Apple TV, on Roku, Fire, YouTube, and more.
All right, very good. WHHI TV, our all-star sponsor, along with Mickelson Law Firm, our original sponsor, presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage, and our official real estate closing attorney. But let's talk a little USCB, fellas. Jo, did you get to the baseball game today, or did you watch Wes's call?
Yeah, I did announce that game today. It was
you announced the game.
He was a PA guy. All right, well, let's
outstanding.
Outstanding. Kind of set the scene for what happened. Back and forth game. Edward Waters scored the first 3 runs. USCB went ahead, really tied it on a couple of errors, and went ahead, and then it was kind of back and forth. Edward Waters went up by 3. USCB kind of found a way to scratch a couple of runs. They went ahead on a kind of a player that I didn't really talk about. We didn't really talk about, who kind of came up big all game long, was our guy Nico. So I'm pull up the lamp here. Nico Barcelo, who was fantastic in terms of laying down a bunt earlier in the game, and then he dropped in a beautiful bloop single to shallow center that scored 2 runs and ended up being the tying game-winning runs. Just talk about a guy a sophomore who I haven't really talked about, and it's middle of the lineup guy who I think is going to be a big factor for this team. But had a 1-run lead. They keep Joe Turner in there, who came in late in that game, picked up a strikeout, and then tying run on second with 2 outs with a 1-run lead in the 9th. And here is what happened.
Oh, get it big. Good play.
Oh, here it's coming.
Rainbow spinner.
It's worth the wait.
It's just the grayscale spinner, though, not rainbow.
All right.
Well, son of a gun.
All right, we'll come back. I don't know. Sometime let me play around with it.
Just keep talking.
Okay.
Hit the back.
I don't want to spoil it because it was a big time play, but ton of fun to be able to be a part of this, and there we go. Just had to reset.
There you go.
Should be. See, I think I had it on for too long, and
timed out.
Well,
I'm watching the Pro Bowl, which is ridiculous.
The Pro Bowl has been ridiculous for about 25 years.
Shador Sanders is a Pro Bowler,
in my opinion.
They've tried everything, and I guess
Joe Flacco is
my Lord
right now.
Right, here we go. Top of the 9th.
Here we go.
Sand Sharks are an out away, and Tigers have a runner on second.
Oh boy!
And that is out number 2.
There's Wes. Oh no! Oh, there it goes.
Outstanding work there by Joe Turner as he gets a K, and Sand Sharks out away. Line drive into right field. It's a base hit. Williams will round third. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's a play of the plate.
Oh,
here we go! And the Sand Sharks win opening day.
Nice.
Are you kidding me?
Right,
Tanner Wagner with the throw. Tanner Wagner. It was still going. Tanner Wagner with quite the throw from right field, and Terry Dean applying the tag. That was one heck of a way to close out. I know it's Edward Waters, but still, that's the first win in the first attempt for Coach
Brian Lewis.
Brian Lewis, and so that's big time stuff. And to see that team rally like that with some unlikely heroes along the way, and especially a game where your defense was really lacking at points, just a couple of untimely errors and just plays that you should have made that you didn't, and then your offense is enough to find a way late, and then you make the big defensive play. So Gordon McDaniel also made a play like that earlier and left, and that's great to see a team like that fight back, and shows a lot about maybe that this year they can take some steps forward. I'm excited to see where they can take it from here, and if they can build up some more wins over the weekend. But certainly you kind of wish that you didn't have to take until the 8th inning to beat Edward Waters. But still, it's nice to get a win on opening day and start the season 1-0.
Touche. That is true. And let me. All right.
No doubt.
So congrats to baseball starting it off with the dub. That's huge, as you noted. First NCAA win for Brian Lewis, and first as Sand Sharks head coach. So good stuff there. Which means that we got good vibes going into tomorrow night. And look, it's a dark tide rising. Wear black to the Cove. First 250, get a T-shirt and a glow stick. So it's gonna be good time. Do you know more about this, Jeremy Orr?
Yeah. So yes, it is the blackout game. I think this is our 3rd annual blackout, or maybe 2nd annual.
Got to be 3rd.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we've done
3rd
it every
annual
year.
blackout. This is a revenge game for the boys because when the boys played Georgia College in Georgia, they actually lost. The girls took care of their business though, so they just gotta keep afloat. They'll be fine. But those boys are ready. They wanted Lander really, really bad, but the weather spared them very badly. So that game had to be postponed to the 16th. So, but they're ready. They're ready for Georgia College. I think it's gonna be a big game for them. They're just stacking games now, just stacking days, stacking wins. So kind of like a fire drill kind of thing tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Big games. Who we got coming in tomorrow? Sorry.
Georgia College.
Georgia.
I was just putting the Lander one in on the 16th, and I confused myself for a second.
Yeah.
The Lander's coming here on the 16th.
Wait, did they reschedule the Lander game?
Yeah, the 16th.
Yeah,
so
that's
we
what
got Georgia College tomorrow, and I believe we got
And
Middle
that
Georgia
is-
on Valentine's Day, and then
It's
Lander
Monday
on
the
the
16th. All right.
Wait, I had Columbus State. Oh, that's next week. Never mind.
That's
Yeah, I got you. Georgia College tomorrow. Middle
College
Georgia
tomorrow.
on
We got Middle
Saturday.
Georgia Saturday. Columbus State on Wednesday. And then Georgia Southwestern on Saturday.
And then Lander on Monday.
Yep. So
and then we go to Flagler.
Yep. So 5 in a row at home, and then we head to Flagler.
Then we go to North Georgia. All right. So yeah. Whew. Man, that's gonna be crazy. Crazy stretch.
Yeah, but we'll get to see where both teams are heading into that Lander game because you still have 4 more to play before that. You have Georgia College.
Oh, trust me, they're ready. They are ready. Yeah. I've been in those practices, and they actually had a really good day of practice. And usually, based on how they practice, that kind of gives me a good idea of how the game's gonna go. And I just knew with the practice that they had before the initial set date for that Lander game, they were going to kill.
Yeah.
But
I mean, this Georgia College
stay
team
focused and keep the same
number
goal.
3 in the Peach Belt. I mean, they were just
big
behind
game.
USC. So another.
Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, if everything holds firm, one can argue that Lander game is really the Peach Belt championship itself.
It could end up being that way.
Regular season championship.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. There's a long way to go yet. Any given Wednesday or Saturday, it seems like anybody can beat anybody in this league. So, long way to go yet.
And same thing for the ladies. I mean, Georgia College might be 3-9, but you can't overlook anybody.
No, you can't sleep.
Yeah, if anybody comes in on that particular day and they're just on, man, it's gonna be a rough day for anybody. So.
Well, matchups are everything too. I mean, the team might not have a very good record, but they might match up really well against you. So, I mean, you just never know how that's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, think about Augusta. Augusta, record-wise, didn't really compare to us at all, and we got out of there in a dogfight. So
yeah,
yeah, absolutely. So, anyways, things are heating up for the Sand Sharks. Holy cow! I just saw some news.
Ooh.
You guys remember Adrian Lamb from Buford?
Yes, saw that from.
I had that on my docket.
The guys earlier.
Oh, you saw this too? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, big time. Well, we'll get into that. That's a good spot, I guess, to shift gears to some football, right? what I was just noting is that Adrian Lamb, former offensive tackle from Beaufort, he went to Georgia Military Academy Junior College, and he has now committed to LSU, choosing LSU over Alabama, Auburn, and South Carolina.
GEAUX, go Tigers.
Right.
Yeah, he's going to play for Lane Kiffin. So, congrats to Adrian Lamb. That's big time.
Awesome.
That's huge.
I mean, that's
big another one for the
SEC.
JUCO ranks.
I mean, that's
huge.
That's awesome for someone who was an important part of those Bryce Lybrand teams a couple of years ago. He was so unheralded, but was so good for a number of those teams. So well deserved. Another Lowco guy, and the big stage of college football is really cool to see. And that's Adrian Lamb. Making sure it was the right Lamb brother. Adrian Lamb. He is headed to Louisiana State University. So very exciting. We'll be making sure to following him this coming fall. But that's a really cool testament to you can get there from here, and sometimes it's not a straight path. I mean, it's
right.
It's a matter of getting there and just grinding and finding a way to there. So a great testament to the entire Low Country to see another former stud playing top level college football. It's a great thing for others to strive for, and just puts the Loco on the map every time the commentators say, "Oh, he's from Beaufort, South Carolina." It's always pretty cool.
And speaking of dudes from Beaufort, South Carolina, or more specifically Bull Corner, Whale Branch made it official. We already broke the news that it was going to happen, but it's official now. D. Delaney is the next head football coach at Whale Branch, the alum coming back home. He's already moved back home. He never left really, but it's always been home. But he's going home to lead that program and try to get it, back up to where it was when he was playing there. And tremendous young man. We've had him on here a number of times. We've talked about him a ton. But D was, of course, a star at Whale Branch, and then went on to the Citadel, where he was two-time FCS All-American. Got in that portal, and it was before the portal. He just was graduate transfer to Miami back when you had to get your degree to transfer as a graduate transfer instead of just jumping in that portal every year. And he went to Miami and finished up. Wasn't drafted, kicked around on some practice squads and stuff for a couple of years, and then thought he was done with football, but he wasn't done with it. So he kept training, hoping for an opportunity, got one, and parlayed it into 3 full seasons with the Bucks in a reserve role and sometimes starting, and he got a Super Bowl ring, didn't he? No, he came the year after they won it.
No, year after they won it.
Year after they won it,
I believe. Yep.
Yeah. But just a great success story, much like Adrian Lamb, just a guy who had to grind to get to where he is. It wasn't a straight path. But here he is, and he's really excited from everything I've seen him post for the opportunity, and not just to he wants to win, obviously, but I think he's just really excited to be able to give back and pass it forward to the next generation.
He even extended his career into the USFL, didn't he? Playing with the Michigan Panthers.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, yeah. I think you're right. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's great stuff, and what a story, and that's going to be really, really cool. I'm sure that I'll get out there to call a game of theirs. I'm thinking this upcoming football season. It's gonna be something.
And they'll be in 1A. They'll be in 1A in the same region with Hampton, Hardyville, Ridgeland. It's gonna be fun. Speaking of Hampton, y'all's boys are cruising over there, Jo. I was talking to one time today, and I said the only thing that worries me is they're just dog walking everybody in the region. I'm afraid they're going to be, just not sharp by the time they see somebody who can beat them. But hopefully they'll be able to get that thing locked in time.
Well, that's a mental thing for them. I mean, I know that coming from Elstow, it's very easy to kind of get that big head because you got mama and daddy and uncle saying that you're the best thing to come out the city, and then you truly believe that, and then when you head up to Columbia way, and those boys that pass the ball 8 times before they shoot, mollywop you, then you realize that, oh, I'm not as good as I thought I was.
Facts. It's happened a time or two.
Oh, too many to even count, man.
Yeah, I remember that Estill Scotts Branch. Is that what it was in the championship, the lower state championship?
Yeah.
Scotts Branch. Yeah, they were cooking. That team was good, man. That team was real good. Estill wasn't quite ready for that, but
Also,
no,
Jalen
this Hampton team
Singletary
looked good.
commits tomorrow.
Yes, Jalen signing tomorrow, and Kenshawn Speaks at Buford also signing tomorrow. I don't know where either one of them is signing.
Okay.
With any certainty.
Yeah, I know Jalen is down to Newberry, Wingate, Morgan State, and I'm missing one. Oh, Citadel.
I don't know why, but I feel like he's going to Newberry. I feel like he's
me too. I
been
think he's
hinting
going to
that.
That school's been getting a lot of really good talent, so it wouldn't surprise me if he goes there.
Yeah, and
A lot of really
that
good
would be
guys from our
interesting.
area is heading that way.
He's got a couple of D1 offers there, and it sounds like he might take the D2 offer, which is kind of cool. I respect it. Where the fit is, and where you feel like you get to play, because I know one thing that guy doesn't want to do is go sit for a year and not play.
He doesn't
He
deserve
wants
to.
to
That
be on
boy's
the
a
field.
dog, man.
Yeah, he is. So I'm thinking Newberry. I don't know where Kenny's going, but Kenny can play too, much like Adrian Lamb before him, and a bunch of them offensive linemen from Buford. Kenny's really tough and really big, and you can't teach size. So we'll look forward to seeing where everybody signs tomorrow. It is National Signing Day.
Yes, it is.
And I'm sure there are a lot of people signing, but I don't know who all of them are at the moment. Just know about those two for sure. So hit us up if you know about somebody signing. Was there something else football related that I thought of? I don't know.
Check.
Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft are not making the Hall of
Oh,
Fame.
they're beefing. Yeah, they're beefing. But what else is new?
Yeah.
I was waiting for that. Bluffton Colleton.
I think that's. Oh, there. Yes. Michael Tucker Mathis.
That's it. That was it.
Okay.
Patrick Henry stud just walked on at Charleston Southern. He is on the same field where I believe he won a state championship at Buccaneer Field.
That's right.
Years ago.
Good for him. That's awesome.
Playing for the Bucks.
I still can't believe they won that game.
That might be my. Although I think for winning the state championship was cool. That was awesome. But I think just in terms of my favorite game to cover, I think it has to be Patrick Henry.
It was one of the most fun. I thought they were toast, and they came back and won that thing. I don't know. Well,
just the will of those Perry brothers and that entire team, man, that was something special. I had a blast being at that game.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun year because we got to know those guys really well, starting with baseball and then carrying over into football, and got to know those characters and those personalities really well. So it was a lot of fun with that group. But let's see. Here you go. The wrestling playoffs will begin on Thursday. They were supposed to start on Saturday, and then everybody said, "Oh Lord, winter storm coming." So we tried to start them on Friday, and then I guess some people couldn't do it or something. So they said, "Nope, no wrestling playoffs until further notice." So now we get to start them Thursday, and I believe they're doing 2 rounds Thursday, like they were originally going to, the first 2 rounds, and then they're doing where'd it go? Then they're doing 2 rounds on Saturday, I believe, and then the championship on Wednesday. But now I don't know where that went. I don't know where the information went. But anyway, we will be traveling. Hardyville will travel to Bamberg on Thursday for the first round. May River will host. They'll go against Bishop England first, and then either Beaufort or North Augusta, and Battery Creek goes to Ainer in 3A. Bridges goes to Timberland, and they wrestle Woodland first, and then they would wrestle Timberland if they win. So, and then Hilton Head goes to Hartsville. Bluffton goes, I don't know where. Let me pull up the bracket. I thought I knew them all, but I don't know where Bluffton goes. Here we go. 4A boys wrestling. But nobody's going to touch May River in the lower state, I don't think.
Wouldn't think so. Yeah, I think they're just on a whole different level from what we've seen again this year. They're just a
Bluffton goes to Aiken.
Okay.
They go Midland Valley first, and then the Aiken Gilbert winner, which could go either way, honestly. And I think Bluffton may get out of there. I think they may go to May River in the third round. So, yeah, I believe that's right. I think they're going to do first 2 rounds in pods Thursday, next 2 rounds in pods Saturday, and then championships on Wednesday. So, and Wednesday is also when we start girls qualifiers, Wednesday and Thursday, then boys qualifiers Friday and Saturday, and then state tournament the next week. So we're down to it, and it's crossover season. Softball practice started this week. So take a deep breath, boys. You may be holding it for a while. But yeah, that's the deal. That's what I know.
A lot of stuff going on, a little bit everywhere for sure. It's a fun time of year.
It's a chaos out there. But that's all I got, boys. What else? What else you got? Got anything else?
I will mention. Go ahead, Wes.
Oh, yeah, Jeremy. How much did you enjoy being out at the ballpark today? Is this the first USB baseball game you've been to, or did you go to something last year?
I did actually get a practice run last semester when they played fall ball.
Oh yeah,
against my former JUCO. So that was pretty cool. But today was like my first official regular season game for baseball ever. So, and it went decent. I got some spots I gotta elevate in, but it went pretty smooth. But it was super fun. But like, I mean, obviously all y'all can attest to this. Like, you genuinely have fun doing it because you love to do it, but obviously it's a lot more fun when the team that you're working for is, having success. So
no doubt.
The more they continue to win, the more fun the job is going to be. I'm
trust
excited.
me. I've had to be the official scorer on some absolute slogs where we were getting hammered, and that's no fun. That is no fun at all. But Sand Sharks back in action on Friday? Yeah,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, weekend series against Wheeling.
Wheeling University, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 6 o'clock start on Friday, 2 o'clock start on Saturday, 11 a.m. start on Sunday. All of those subject to change based on the weather.
Very nice.
This time of year. Everything's subject to change. Actually, all season long when it comes
to because you never know when you gotta get used to having weather.
Look,
it seems like
if it's going to rain at game time,
you don't have this. Yeah, more often than not, there's some sort of change that happens from at least for one of those 3 games. It's very rare that you get a perfect weather weekend around here in the spring. It just doesn't happen very, very often.
Pretty scarce. But I guess we'll start to wind it down then. And sometimes we do 20 minutes of parting thoughts. So we'll see how this goes. But Max isn't here to do 4 or 5. So probably won't take as long. he's always got a bunch. But first of all, shout out to some more sponsors. Hudson Seafood House on the Docks, presenting sponsor of Under the Bus. We are trying to make it work this week, but our schedules are not matching up. So possibly a Friday night show of Under the Bus coming at you, but we shall see. Hudson Seafood House on the Docks, the sponsor of Under the Bus, and a great place for seafood, sunsets, and cocktails on Hilton Head Island. our old friends Twinge and Twombly, the personal injury attorneys in Beaufort. They got a rare name, but they provide remarkable service at Twinge and Twombly. And HHI Windows and Doors. Our friend Coach Barron from Hilton Head Prep has hung up his whistle, and he's focused on a new kind of screens, improving your view of the Lowco at HHI Windows and Doors. Reverence Wrestling Club's our official wrestling sponsor and presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind. Shout out to them for opening their doors throughout that snow out when schools couldn't hold practice. $5 got you in the door, even if you're not a member, and you could go get open mat time with them, which is tremendous. Jay's Barbershop, the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. And now, parting thoughts. Jo, you wanna go first? Marcus, coming back.
Jo, yeah.
Here for a second. What's up, Jo?
Yeah, I was getting gremled. Sorry about that.
Let's see. Only one that comes to mind right now is Super Bowl Sunday this Sunday, and my Seattle Seahawks are about to mollywop these Patriots. So I'm excited for that.
You know, who's a Patriots fan? Our good friend Jeff Riley. So I'm sure we'd have something else to say about that. But I'm excited. I think it's crazy because I remember when I was a senior in high school, these two teams matched up. Much different environment back then, but I mean, who would have thought?
They gave it to Marshawn.
Who would have thought it would be Darnold against Drake May? Nobody.
No.
Well, we
didn't even know who those guys were back then.
Yeah.
That's very true.
I mean, we knew who Darnold was, but most people were like, he was never going to win anything. I mean, I think that was what most people thought about him. I mean, even though he had that renaissance in
they thought he was cooked.
They still thought,
absolutely.
They didn't even believe in him in Minnesota.
But even after Minnesota, people were doubting that signing that Seattle made.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Like that didn't even convince them. It's crazy.
Right.
I certainly agree. I certainly agree with Jeremy. I asked Kevin the same thing. I asked Nick DeSimone the same thing. He said he's thinking Seattle. Kevin, of course, going with the hometown Patriots. I said I like Seattle by 10. I like Seattle 31-21. I really think. I really think that they're fast, and it's going to be
Seattle up front, especially the way they can pressure you defensively. Drake May is going to have to play a whale of a game, for New England to be there at the end of a chance to win, and I think he could. But I just think Seattle has a bit more, and they have the complementary piece in an offense that, how can you doubt Sam Darnold at this point? I just think he has that special destiny like women in him right now, and it's going to be it's going to be tough for New England to.
I think it's going to be slaughter.
I think it could be. I don't know that it will, but I think it's possible. I think Seattle's clearly the better team, and New England's offense has not done much for a while now. Like they've been squeaking by on defense, and I just don't think they're going to play better defense than Seattle. And I think Seattle got the better
my
offense,
thing is, if you score 10 points in the AFC Championship game,
right,
the defense that I feel is worse.
Now, granted, it was terrible conditions.
Yes, it was like that fourth quarter in the snow was something else. And Denver's a great defense. Give the Broncos credit. That's a great defense.
Yeah, but Drake May never seen a defense like ours.
No. I'm sure you of that.
Kevin Libby says Sam Darnold plus pressure situations equals yips. But we haven't seen that in these playoffs at all.
No.
You got Kenneth Walker and JSN and really good
defense. The ghosts have been busted.
So, how did you become a Seattle fan, Jo?
Well, I mean, living in South Carolina, you get free game to every professional sport because we don't have any. So,
right, that's true.
I grew up. So my dad's a diehard Falcons fan. So I grew up semi liking them, because of him. And then I just so happened to watch the Legion of Boom in 2014. And then I was just like, I love this team. I'm a leave the Falcons.
I still have nightmares over.
And then Russell Wilson was the quarterback, so I fell in love with all that they were doing.
I still have nightmares over Cam Chancellor and what he did. Oh
my goodness, Bam Bam was a monster.
Oh my, yeah.
Bam Bam was like Bam Bam and the Flintstones. taking that thing and pounding everything.
Bam, 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 bam.
That's right.
So yeah, I'm also on. I'm officially on the record as Seattle 23, New England 17, but I think it could be worse than that. I think it could
Yeah,
be like
I'm saying 35-17.
Close. And I kind of think they will.
I hope it's a good game. You always want a good game. I hate a
And
blowout.
that halftime show was going to be horrible.
What? Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny's awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm not with
I'm down with Bad Bunny.
Shout out to Bad Bunny winning Album of the Year at the Grammys.
Yeah, I'm down with Bad Bunny. Yeah. Bad Bunny's
I won't be
cool
watching
in
that
my book.
halftime show. I'm gonna just take a.
Oh, you gonna
nap
go
or
watch
something.
Kid Rock on the Turning Point halftime show?
Probably.
And then I heard Green Day is doing the intro, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That could be cool.
You don't like Bad Bunny?
Nah.
Bad Bunny's so cool.
It's crazy because I've watched
fantastic.
like so many halftime shows the past couple of years, and then now they roll out Bad Bunny, and I'm like, okay, all right.
I think Bad Bunny.
And then it's the year that we're in the Super Bowl, like,
and super talented, and I love the diversity that the NFL is trying to implement. It's great. He is.
Yeah, I can dig that too. But my thing is, I saw something this morning, and I kind of agree with it. Chris Brown has never performed at a Super Bowl.
Chris Brown does not need to be in public, let alone performing at the Super Bowl. He should be in jail.
I agree with
Chris
JJ on that
Brown,
one.
though.
Chris Brown did all kind of horrible things. He doesn't need to go to the Super Bowl.
Let's not mix the
Get
person
outta
with
here.
the artist.
No. That matters. That absolutely matters. If you're a garbage person, I don't care how good of an artist is. Once you're revealed as a garbage person, you don't get to be in positions of authority and power anymore.
You gotta work for it.
You beat women, it's out.
Yeah.
No, sir. You're not allowed. Not anymore. You go back and learn how to live in polite society.
Correct.
No way. Not a chance. Sorry. You got me fired up there. No Chris Brown. No Drake either.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, don't hit women. Nah, you hit women, you don't get to play the Super Bowl. No, sir.
But I mean, it didn't even have to go to like Chris Brown. You could have put like, I don't know, man.
Look, Bad Bunny is one of the most popular musicians.
He's number one in Spotify listens
California,
worldwide.
So
number one Spotify
Bad
listens
Bunny's
worldwide.
legit. You gotta listen to Bad Bunny, man. You're missing.
I've heard some Bad Bunny. I just could never get with it.
You gotta get with it. You gotta get with my Latino friends, my friend. They live in the good life. I love my Latino friends. All right, Marcus, what do you got for a parting thought?
Couple of quick ones. In talking about the way Bluffton and Hilton Head are looking in particular, did you see the whooping that Florida put on Alabama on Sunday? Did any of you see that?
Nah. How about
was it
100 to 77?
Ooh.
They put a triple on them. And I mean, they were going at will. And Nate Oates was not happy at the end of the game, rightfully so. Gotta be honest. The main reason that I watched the game had nothing to do with Florida or Alabama, although Florida looks like they could be a Final Four contender, maybe. Dickie V's first broadcast of 2026. So that was the main reason that I was watching the game with him doing the game with Carl Ravitch and Jimmy Dykes. That's definitely one thing to look out for, just how the Florida Gators can play, because they are outstanding. Got Duke and North Carolina on Saturday. It's going to be great.
Yes, sir.
Always is. And obviously great to have RWHHI crew doing great hoops this year. Joe Keith was at 3 of our 4 doubleheaders directing. He's a fine young director for sure. Nick DeSimone was able to talk with me, and 3 years ago today, I was texting via the Facebook Messenger this girl from Long Island. 3 years ago, Sam and I first started talking, and so we certainly shared some memories on that too. A lot of good stuff, and I tell you what a season, and there's a lot more of it to come with college and high school and all the rest.
Dude.
All right.
Awesome stuff.
Good stuff, man. Wes Kerr, what do you got?
First off, just great to be back at Shark Park. I wasn't able to do a couple games last year just because I was.
Sorry, that was my bad. I was trying to get. I couldn't get it off.
Just great to be back at Shark Park because I was really looking forward to this season, just really because I wasn't able to do much last year because I had stuff going on. Was just inactive for a lot of the year, but just awesome to be back for a new baseball and softball season. And that game really had me pumped up for what this team will be able to do. I know it's just one game, but I just like that. I feel like these guys are really, playing at a higher level than what we've seen in the last couple of years in just one game. But I don't know what's going on. Something's going on in the background, but I think that what we're seeing from USCB and some of these other younger players that are stepping up, and even these other guys who were just finding ways to grind, and I thought as the game went on, the at bats just got better and better and better, and I kind of like the depth they have pitching. I think that they have some guys who are going to find ways more than what we have seen in the past to deliver good outings on the mound. And it just the way that I thought Navarro was composed early on after he gave up an early run. I'd like to see the defense improve because certainly you can't make 3 or 4 errors and expect to win many games. You have to be clean defensively. That's paramount. But I mean, when you look at what this team was able to do offensively, when it mattered, it's exciting. I mean, I'm pumped to see what they can do this weekend because I think that they're going to be better this year. I just think that Brian Davis has put them in a new, fresh mindset, and I like the way they've been approaching just that never give up mentality and just continue to grind, kind of like what he said when we talked to him a couple of days ago. But like what Nico Barcelo did and the big game that he had, and Noah Campbell and Cooper McDaniel in that outfield, 2 tremendous plays from left and right field, including the play from right to Wagner, which basically won the game. I mean, that won them the game.
Yeah.
With otherwise it would have been tied. So.
Well, and that guy's going to second on the throw, and then now you might give it away.
Right. Exactly. And we've seen that play out many a time before.
Yep.
So to have it go in the positive direction to start the year, that's very encouraging and exciting to see.
When I filled in for you last year, Wes, there were a couple of guys that really stood out to me, and one you mentioned earlier, certainly in Turner, and he pitched some from what it sounds like in the matchup today.
No earned runs, no walks, 2 Ks. He was dialed in. Yep, and of course getting the pitcher of record, the win. But man, he was great, and just really the pitching was great. The problem was the defense, the errors. They only gave up 2
the walks. Hurt them in that series that I called last year with North Georgia.
They only walked 3 guys today. I thought the pitching was encouraging. The defense needs to be better. But it's
you can't walk a hitter an inning and win.
Right.
Doesn't work.
Their center fielder from last year, Luke Doty?
Doty. Yeah, he's back.
He's back. I was really impressed with him in that series against North Georgia last year too.
They got a lot of guys back.
Get some moxie. That's good news.
Davis, Luke Doty, Campbell, Cooper. I mean, the top 4 still in the lineup is back this year. And then you got some other guys who were. I mean, Tyler Gundelfinger. First time I saw him, he had a big time hit in this game. He was 1 for 5. I need to clutch it late. And he found ways to contribute. But man, that Nico Barcelo guy. We to step up in that first game of the season. Great to see that. But looking forward to this weekend. My other parting thought is obviously the big story of the weekend is the Super Bowl, but on Friday the Winter Olympics begin from Milano, Italy.
That's right.
Yes. And going to be a pretty good weekend. You have the start of the Winter Games, and then you have the Super Bowl. So
Mike Tirico's got a busy day Sunday.
Oh boy, that is true. I'm sure he's be part. Right, he has to call the Super Bowl, and I'm sure.
And then he goes right into the Olympics.
Right back on the Olympic coverage. That guy's not going to sleep. He'll be right back on the Olympic coverage after.
Yeah. No, I'm a sucker for the Olympics. I love them since I was a kid. Just love them. Winter, summer, doesn't matter.
I love to be an expert in
curling,
skiing and curling and luge for like 2 weeks, and it's fun.
I love curling. It's fun. I want to do curling, but I don't know where you would do curling around here. Closest thing we got is axe throwing, which is also tremendous fun. All right, I got a parting thought. We talked a lot of USCB baseball tonight. We got a baseball coach at the Ville. It's another former Sand Shark, Andrew Kleppinger, former reliever for the Sand Sharks, is going to be our new baseball coach at Hardyville. So excited about that. Eamon Collins was a coach last year. I think he's going to try to still be involved as an assistant, but he just couldn't with his schedule. He wasn't going to be able to pull it off as the head coach this year, but excited about that. So hopefully we get a lot of guys out at our school like ours, small school. It's really hard to know what numbers you got until winter sports end. Because you can't get your basketball and wrestling people out there. So we'll see what it looks like here in the next couple of weeks. But Hardyville boys won tonight again, 70-65 over Allendale Fairfax, and the girls almost pulled it out, 37-35 on the road. They're getting better. They are getting better. It's been a tough season, but they are getting better. So shout out to those girls. So if there's no other parting thoughts, we're going to call it a night. Inside an hour, boys. I'm proud of us. Good stuff tonight. We got you caught up. Told you all the basketball scores we could find in the moment. Although, let me check one last time for that Bluffton score to see if they clinched that region title.
It's going to be interesting to see where Darius Garland goes, if he goes anywhere leaving Cleveland, because I've heard multiple rumors.
Oh, by the way, did
he's going to
that's the other thing I forgot to mention.
James Harden.
James Harden now in Cleveland. I totally forgot to mention.
Deal was done. Okay.
Yeah, you get James Harden now. Congratulations.
How many
That'll
teams
be
he
interesting.
played for? It's gotta
Don't
be
worry, he'll be gone in 2 years.
Teams at this point, somewhere around there.
Better win it in the next two.
Yeah.
So,
Garland is second round picks. So I mean,
it's trade deadline season. NBA news getting hot.
Trade deadline.
Yeah,
that's
for
right.
sure.
Such a big week in sports.
Well, that's when it kind of starts to matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter until at least now, if not a little longer. And then most everyone makes the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, they have the whole playing round, the playing tournament, whatever. So,
I like the playing tournament.
I do too.
Yep.
I dig it. I wish other sports would do something like that. I like the ladder concept. But anyway, good show tonight, boys. We got you caught up on the hoops. Told you about the wrestling starting back up on Thursday, and told you about some football news as well. So you should be all caught up on local sports news. And we're going to be busy at the Cove tomorrow night. So we'll see you most likely on Thursday night. I'm guessing will be the next time.
I think that's a good night because we'll have a signing day and wrestling coverage to talk
absolutely.
about.
Yep, and you guys will probably be, well, I might be back. We'll see. See how it goes. But if not, you guys will be flying without me while I drive back from Bamberg. But good stuff tonight. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to you for showing up to listen or watch. And thanks to Jeremy Orr, Marcus Walsh, and Wes Kerr. I'm Justin Jarrett. Thanks for hanging out. And until next time, go Loco.